Right, now there is one exception to the rule which you have to know, and this exception has to do with something which we call hydroxide. Now a hydroxide is basically an oxygen and a hydrogen together. So you normally see it as OH when it's written in a compound. So anytime you see an OH, automatically it means that is a hydroxide. So hydroxide is only OH, one oxygen and one hydrogen. Now you might see something, for example, like H2O. Can you see it has a hydrogen and an oxygen, but it has two hydrogens and one oxygen, which means H2O is not a hydroxide. A hydroxide is only something that has one oxygen and one hydrogen. So H2O is not a hydroxide. Okay, so only if you see OH, then it is hydroxide. Now, hydroxide are special because it normally has three elements in their compound, and it also has an oxygen in it. But not like other compounds where if you have three elements and it has oxygen, it will end in 8. This hydroxide actually ends in "ide". Normally, only compounds that have two elements must end in "ide", but hydroxides, even though they have three elements, they also end in "ide" because it is an exception. Okay. Now, hydroxide are actually the easiest compounds of all of them to name, and what you will do is, all you have to do is name the first element and then you just write hydroxide after that, and it's as easy as that. So if you're looking at this compound here, you have NaOH, right? Now as soon as you see an OH, this automatically means it's a hydroxide because hydroxides are OH. So if you see an OH, it means it's a hydroxide. Now you don't need to count how many elements there are. Must it end in "ide" or 8? If you see hydroxide, all of that normal rules goes out of the window because it is an exception. So all you have to do is name the first element and then write hydroxide. So we're looking at the first element here. It's sodium, so you're going to write sodium, and then when you see the OH, all you're going to do is write hydroxide. So the name of this NaOH is just sodium hydroxide. Can you see how easy it is? It's actually the easiest of all. So all you have to do is name the first one and then just write hydroxide. Okay, let's look at another one. So you have your Mg and you have OH, which is a hydroxide. Now, can you see that you have brackets around this hydroxide and you have a number 2 here? Now, this only means that you have two hydroxides. Whatever number you have here, it means that's how many of this you have. So because you have 2 out of the brackets of OH, it means you have two hydroxides. So you don't need to worry about this number. As long as you see the OH, automatically it's a hydroxide. Just ignore this 2 completely. Right, so again, the rules are easy. You're just going to name the first element and end it in hydroxide. So the first element is magnesium, so you're going to write magnesium. Then you see OH and you write hydroxide. And that's it. The name is magnesium hydroxide. We are totally ignoring this 2. Can you see that? You just ignore the numbers. If it's a OH, you write hydroxide. Right, let's do another one. So you have your ZnOH, and again, can you see there's a 2 here? Now we're going to ignore this 2 because it just means there's 2 hydroxides. So you're going to write the first element, which is zinc, and then you're just going to end it in hydroxide. Simple as that. Right, let's do another one. Aluminium, and then you have OH, which is a hydroxide. And now can you see there's a 3 here? Now that 3 just means there's 3 hydroxides. So we're not going to worry about this number. We are just going to name it as we see it here. So you're going to have Al, you're going to write aluminium. OH is hydroxide and the name is just aluminium hydroxide. Now if you look at all of these, can you see in all of these compounds, here we have 1 hydroxide, here we have 2 hydroxides, also 2, here we have 3 hydroxides. But it doesn't matter how many hydroxides you have, the name will still be the same. You're just going to write the first element and end it in hydroxide. Doesn't matter how many you have, you ignore the numbers and you write hydroxide. So anytime you see an OH, you're just going to end it in hydroxide. And that's it.